Hello everybody, welcome back to Bricks and Blocks. Today I'm going to be reviewing set 8571 Kopaka Nuva. This set was released in the year 2002 for Bionicle, obviously, and contains roughly around 43 pieces. So, let's hop right into it. As usual, Kopaka is wearing his Kanoe Kaku, the mask of X-ray vision, and if you'll notice, he looks a lot more bulked up than the Toamato version of himself, and that is due to the fact that he has new and improved armor. He has shoulder armor and chest armor, and they sort of did a lot of promotionals for that. They had like Toa with their new armor and everything. It looks pretty cool, so you should definitely go check out some of their commercials for that. Okay, so as you can see, he has his shield, which is fairly simple, just a round 8x8 plate. Definitely better from the one in 2001, however, which was a lot more flimsy looking. But it is flimsy in the sense that it spins very freely. So what I would recommend is if you buy this model, detach the shield and put one of these plates over it. Another sort of radar dish. Doesn't have to be this exact one, but I just think it looks best. And then slide that whole thing back on, and as you can see, it doesn't spin quite as much. It's a bit more, also looks just a bit more filled out in general. The shield just sort of has a bit more depth to it. I like the layering on it. So, arm moves up and down, just like that. It can turn, as you can see that's the piece that sort of uses. And then, we turn them around. As you can see, if you turn this gear at their back, like all the other Toa, they have a function. So they can move their arms up and down. I think it's pretty much only this arm. I think Pohatu might have some other, like both of his arms can move or something because they're both linked up. I don't know. I'll have to look at it again. But as you can see, he has his sword here, and it's a double-bladed sword. It looks pretty good. But if you want him to lock in a position, what you can do is raise his arm up like this. Let's see if I can get the good angle for that. And then if you look at this black pin right here, you can put that gear there, and that sort of locks the whole thing in place. So now as you can see, he's holding it straight out. You can pose it a bit more like that. And then it just sort of looks like he's in a battle war position. Also, now I'm going to move on to another feature that he has. They all sort of had transforming features where their weapons could double as means of like mobility and transport. So I will show you that right now. Just like every other Bionicle character, Kopaka Nuva comes in this really neat little canister. I'm pretty sure it's mostly for like transport. Like if you want to go somewhere and you want to take your Bionicle along with you, you can just put him back into the canister and everything should fit in there pretty well. But I really like it for display. I like to display him with the canister. I think it looks really nice. And as you can see here, just this little graphic, just art of Kopaka on the front in his battle pose. And then here is him surfing. Well, surfing the ice, I guess. Snowboarding. And then just some random facts about just random text that's on every single box. Tells you where it was made, tells you gobionicle.com, which is now not a website anymore. Don't actually do that. Don't go to that website. Because I don't even know if it still works anymore. It might be bought by someone else. But whatever the case, that is packaging. Let's move on to the instruction manual. So here's the instruction manual. It looks just like any other instruction manual would. It's not a fold out or anything. There's just some pretty simple stuff like a graphic of all the Toa on the front. Then there's also the Kaita Combiner model, which is pretty cool, I guess. Okay, now let's get on to general thoughts. I'd say that overall, Kopaka Nuva is an 8 out of 10 set. It's really great. There's a lot packed of detail packed into this one little character, and I think they're only like $7 upon release. Granted, they're probably a lot more now. I think this one's probably costing around like $10 or so, maybe a bit more with the packaging, but it's still not very much of an increase in the terms of 20 years. So, granted, I mean, I guess if you wanted to get it sealed, then it might be a lot more, but Used, probably around $10, $11, like I said. So, general thoughts? Yeah, it's really great. If you want to pick up one, you should definitely do it. It's not like they're in short supply or anything. There are definitely a decent amount of these guys out there, along with all the other Toa. He's definitely got a lot of great features, like the swinging arm and the transforming sword into the skis and everything. So, yeah, this is just definitely a really great set.